Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. So this video today is going to be a little different. So this video is honestly for returning players, and this is, should you come back to Genshin Impact? Now for a lot of you OG players out there, you guys are playing for I don't know, 1.0 updates, 2.0, 3.0. I consider anything like 1.0, 2.0 OG players, but
all the world holds dear is but a backdrop of
anyway,
motion.
Anyway, let me say
Stand.
I'll talk about the events and stuff. So anyway, I'll just give you a little quick rundown of my story. I used to play as Genshin at 1.1 and I stopped playing around 2.4. Took a little break. I felt like the game wasn't, it was going in a pretty good direction, but it's just I had a lot of stuff for the channel. I had a channel, I got flagged and all that stuff. Long story short, but I took a long break from the game. Started 1.1, came back in started 1.1, played all the way to 2.4, and then I took a long break, came back 3.0, played 3.0 and 3.1, and then I took a longer break and came back 4.0 and then played 4.1. So you could say I took a lot of breaks from this game, but I think I'm back permanently. I think I'm going to be playing this game. And this video is for all you people who are hesitant to come back to Genshin, and for you players who, you know, are thinking, should I come back to this game or should I not? And this video is for you. I'm telling you right now, just flat out, I'm just gonna get into it. This is probably the best time to come back ever made, ever. So let's just hop into this. So first off, one thing, I don't have it because I already claimed it, but first off, you get a free 5-star when you hop on this game. You can pick between all the standard bearer characters, Tiganari, Teiha, I said her name wrong, Jesus Christ, Diluc, Jean, Chi-Chi, Mona, Kaching. You got the whole gang, you got all the elements and stuff. But you can pick up between those characters, and some of them are pretty good. Like Denya's good, Diluc's solid still. A lot of those characters are pretty solid. Tiganari is probably the best, but a lot of those characters are solid. So if you, even if you had, like, let's say you stopped playing in like 1.1, but you got Zhongli, who's still really good to this day. You could just hop on and get another 5-star character and use him with them, and you could probably beat majority of the content you missed. Another thing to add is the bunch of free characters to get. You got a bunch of 4-stars that you could get from here now, and a lot of new bosses. But let me show you guys the reunion awards, which is what I would come back for, and this is exactly why you should come back, is this right here. Now this has gotten a lot better than it used to be. Just flat out, this is a lot better than it used to be. This tells you acts and stuff to do, and this is telling you the Archon quest, which is pretty cool. You can just unlock it right away. Got this whole thing. I will say the way they done the return bonuses is really good. They give you a lot of free shit, a lot of primo gems, obviously, and you get 10 wishes just from doing this basic stuff that you're probably gonna do anyway, and you get more stuff from this. I'm just gonna flat out and say it, that this is probably the best time to come back to this game if you have been playing a long time. A lot of times people are hesitant to come back to a gacha game for a while, but flat out, I'm telling you guys right now, this is the best time to come back. Period, flat out. So I'm not done. I know just like the comeback rewards aren't just the only thing you guys are like, well, it's okay. But we got more. There's a lot more to come back to. So I just came back. I'm ranked 58. If I kept playing, I would have been 60 a long time ago. Upgraded my world level to max and stuff. But let's hop in here. So the map, you know, it's a lot bigger. I have a lot to do. That's besides the point. I just hopped back on. Like I said, I played a little bit of Sumeru and like zero of Fontaine pretty much. But that's why I'm saying I came back. I mean, you guys can see, like, I used to grind this game. I used to grind this game. Trust me when I mean I used to grind this game. But again, there's a lot of things that they have added in this game that makes the game a lot easier. A lot of quality of life changes that they have made to make this game a lot better. So let's just hop into the really good quality life changes. So first off, they added more resin. The biggest thing you guys can see, if you're an OG player, you remember it was 120 and then 160. It was only 120 for, I want to say, the first like update or so. So you got to be really OG, but I remember it being 120. 160 was for the longest, and that's when I stopped playing, was 160. Now it's 200. Those extra 2 runs, I mean, that's a whole extra boss you can fight now. And the fact that that keeps looping, stacking and stuff, that's so good. Probably the best change they've med I think Resin and all like the stamina stuff they have in these gacha games really hold back the player a lot to just farm and stuff. But they upped it a little bit. I wish they upped it even more in my personal opinion, but I'm happy with what we got. The fact that we can do 2 more extra runs of artifact runs is huge enough, or you can find another boss. That's a W in itself. Another thing to add, let's talk about power creep. A lot of you guys are like, oh my god, the characters are probably too strong now. Now listen, I'm going to show you guys. I don't have a lot of characters from the past 2 updates. Look at this. I'm missing like half the roster in this game. Now if you go down here, I want to say past Raiden Shogun, you'll see like I'm really missing only like bits and pieces. Like I pretty much have every old character because I remember I took a long break. I pretty much stopped playing when Shanae came out. So I got these 2. Actually, I stopped playing like, okay, so I stopped playing when Shanae came out, but I came back, got Yamiko, Yalan, and then I got a lot of these other characters kind of solid, but I still, you see I'm missing a good amount of 5-star characters. Now, here's the good thing about this game. Power creep has not been that bad, and another thing to add is there's so many 4-stars in this game that 4 stars are actually pretty good nowadays. Now, 4 stars will never obviously eclipse 5 stars, besides Bennett. Like, for instance, if you had Bennett before, Bennett's still probably, like, the best, one of the best characters still to use in the game. Now, let me just showcase characters that, like, so these new characters that came out, right? They're all really good. All of them, like, she's good. All these characters are pretty solid, besides her. I think she's pretty ass, from what I've heard. So, besides the point, we got all these characters here. Now, here's the thing, guys. Every single one of these characters, right? Every single one of these characters has not really moved power creep forward. These new characters are really good. I think they're like vaguely top 10, but like they're not game breaking. Like if the last time you played was, let's say you stopped playing when Nadia came out, Nadia is still probably better than majority of the characters in this game. Still, like she's probably still better than most of these 5 stars. So power creep really hasn't moved forward that much to the point where it's like, oh, if you don't have the new characters, you can't beat the event. I just beat Spiral Abyss, beat it all. I'm only missing 2 stars, so I didn't get the last rewards, but considering I haven't played this game in so long, I think I'll take my dub where I could get it. And yeah, I mean, I have my Raiden C6, my Raiden C6, I got an R1 Golf Lightning, she has a good build, and I was able to beat the Abyss totally fine. Now I understand that's a C6 Raiden, so I'm not gonna sit here, I used to wail. But the fact that I can still beat these new Spiral Abysses and new events is crazy enough. So if you are a long-time player thinking you're missing on a lot of these characters, don't feel bad because a lot of these characters you're not missing out on. I would say like Farana, Navia, and some of these other characters like I forgot her name, Jesus Christ. She's really broken, but there's a lot of characters that are really good, but you're not missing out on much. Like I guarantee you, you guys aren't missing out much on these not pulling these characters, so don't worry about the power creep. Power creep has not advanced forward that much. So if you even have literally characters from here, like if you have Hu Tao down, there's nothing wrong with that because Hu Tao is still pretty good. Zhongli is still probably the best shielder. Ganyu's actually still runnable to this day. So please don't feel like power creep has been that bad because power creep has not. Power creep is actually really good in this game compared to other games. For fuck's sake, I think you could probably still use the first 5 stars in the game, and you could probably beat every event with the first 5 stars in the game. Like seriously, these guys aren't that good anymore, of course, but they're still runnable even to this day. Like you see, I got Chi Chi in 2020. This is literally about to be 4 years since I got Chi Chi. And Chi Chi, I mean, she's not that good anymore. She's probably the worst 5-star to this date, but she's still usable and even high-end content. It's crazy. So I'm back out here. I'm just letting you guys know that power creep has not moved forward that much. It really hasn't, so don't feel bad about coming back and not having all these characters. Yeah, sorry, let's go. So another thing to add is that they have a lot of more ways to get Primo Gems and a lot more, like, obviously things. This is the hugest thing I've noticed is this right here. If you are a returning player, you obviously don't know what this is, but if you're not, you guys know what this is. So this right here is an artifact transmitter. This allows you to pretty much make any artifact you want. Now, this is time gated, of course, so if you're returning, you would have to hop on now and obviously wait for another one if you want to get like a missing piece you need. So you could pretty much, I'm going to explain it pretty quick and briefly. So you could extract artifacts that you have that are 20 or 4-star or higher. I don't have that many artifacts not being used. A lot of them are being used right now. But these are all artifacts that I can use to get what is called sanctifying elixir, and that I could use to define and make however artifact I want. I choose what artifact I want, and I could do any single set I want in the game. This is endless. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I think there's a cap. I don't know if it's the newest set. Like, I don't think this is the newest set in the game. I don't think so. I could be wrong though. But from my understanding is you could pick any set you want. You could pick however you want. A lot of people used to be like wanted to chase like a onset, you know, like an onset fire damage bonus, electro damage bonus. Like for instance, this is a physical bonus set. What you can do now is just put in physical damage here, hit confirm, or you gotta hit confirm, and boom. And now you can make artifact however you want. Really good change. It's probably the coolest thing now. I will say this right now. I do think this is cool, but it does take a long time to get. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is really cool because, like, come on guys, let's be brutally honest. Be brutally honest with ourselves here. You gotta wait 14 days to get one of the elixirs, and you gotta wait, and then you gotta get another one. So getting this fourth one can take you forever. So I highly recommend don't doing the fourth one and just doing, you know, these, like something like this. This one's pretty good, or something like this. I think this one's probably gonna be good. You get attack, energy recharge, anything you really need in this middle slot. But anyway, you can pretty much make any artifact you want. For example, I actually am missing an energy recharge sands for Raiden Shogun. My Raiden Shogun build is pretty good. She hits high numbers. I've hit a mill before. I've done all that crazy stuff for her. But I don't have a good ER sands. I have a good electro goblet. I have good everything else. I do not have a good ER sands. I have a good attack sands. My attack sands is incredible, but you kind of want ER on her sometimes. So this right here, if you get ER and sands, since I need an ER sands, what I would do is just hit ER, and obviously, you know, crit rate, crit damage is the best. Hit confirm, and then when I'm able to get the last elixir, I can make this artifact however I want. This definitely eliminates the grind from the game, but let's be honest here, guys. Grinding artifacts was kind of like, no one liked doing it. It was fun, but it was also really painful. So the fact that it just eliminates the grind from grinding artifacts is really good from the game. So if there's a character you really want to build, your favorite character, you just do this a couple times. It does take times, like, I have to wait an extra 12 days to get this artifact, but at least I know I'm going to get an AR, crit rate, crit damage, sands. And then I could use, you know, the rest, like, I could focus on something else next time. On, like, let's say my favorite character, the Pyro Archon comes out, and I need a Pyro artifact. You can use that. So, really good change for the game. A lot of people don't like grinding artifacts, and I don't blame you guys. This is another way to do it. You could just wait. To be fair, you will be waiting a long time, but at least you're getting kind of what you want. Now, obviously, the last two perks that you can get won't be crit rate or crit damage. It's gonna be something else, and you could get really unlucky. But, I feel like it really doesn't matter. The payoff is really crazy. The fact that you're getting an artifact that you know you want just right out the gate, it's pretty cool. So, yeah. I will say this is probably the coolest thing they've ever done in this game in a while. Like I said, it is time gated, does take a while. I'm not saying this system is perfect, but it's a really cool system regardless. I won't be chasing an energy recharge, crit damage artifact from now on. I'm just gonna wait till 12 days, and then I'll have my artifact. So anyway, I'm back out here. So that's the one of the cool new things. And then we also have a cool new event they have, which is called the theater. We're gonna head to the theater real quick. I just beat Act 8. There's 2 more acts I gotta do. I don't have the characters for it. I gotta get my characters more up there. But I'll explain this real quick. We'll teleport there real quick, and I'll explain that. And then yeah, there's so many more things to do in this game before. I know people, if you played in 2.4, you remember there was not much to do besides exploring and just killing bosses and stuff. They added this new thing, which is kind of like a mini Spiral Abyss. It's kind of time gated. It's a little bit easier and harder at the same time. So I'm just gonna show you guys the rewards. I don't really want to show you guys how this works. It's really not that hard, but it's kind of like a mini Spiral Abyss kind of. And I will say it's actually pretty fun, very fun. So definitely hop on and check this out. Like I said, I don't want to go through explaining the whole thing, but I'm just gonna show you what you guys can get from doing this. If you are a long-time player, you beat all 8 stages, you guys see how many primo gems you get, and this is just weekly. These two are like the extra hard ones I haven't done yet, and this is like, these are the weekly rewards, or not weekly, but like the monthly kind of reset thing they do. And this is what you get for doing all 10 stages. There's a lot of primo gems here, and you combine this with Spiral Abyss. I mean, these two combined, you're gonna be getting multis. And then these are the deep out. This is the first time doing it. This I'm only showing this because it's still cool. I still have like a good amount of primo gems to get. But look, you guys see there's a lot of rewards from this. If you're a long time player having beaten this, this is not only a pretty fun event, but you get a lot of good stuff from this. So again, I just think if there was a time to come back to this game, I truly don't think there's another been better. And there's obviously so many quests now, so many story quests. It's definitely a lot to do, and it could be overwhelming. But my recommendation, if you are a returning player, just take your time. I'm not really doing these quests really. I'm just farming up my characters. And I'm doing the main quests, my commissions. I'm not really doing the story quests. I'm gonna do the Archon quest and then the world quest afterwards. It's probably my plan, but I'm letting you guys know this is probably the most like best time to come back to Genshin ever. Power creep is not bad. They're giving you a lot more free stuff, free 5-star when you log in, and the content, like I said, it's kind of like what we were doing, but there's a lot more to do on top of that. They increased the world level so the enemies are harder. And it's just a lot of positive changes, you know. I never thought I would be making a good video on Genshin in a while, because they weren't really pushing the mark forward, and now that they have, I'm actually pretty happy. So yeah, guys, that's it, man. They really they outdid themselves with this update. I'm gonna be covering more news later on about this game. That's my plan. I might like to cover more news about this game. There's a lot more updates coming on 5.1. A lot of cool updates, by the way. But yeah, if you are a returning player, my last verdict is definitely come back. If you have any interest in the game still, and you always were like, I mean, I don't know, maybe power creep is too bad now, maybe my character's stuck, maybe, you know, they don't give enough free stuff anymore, there's not enough content. Guys, I mean, they flat out are giving a good amount of stuff now. Power creep has not moved that much forward at all. Like I said, honestly, can I be brutally honest with you? Characters from like 3.0 are like just as good as the characters from 5.0. Like, these guys up here are pretty good, and these guys are here, but like none of them are really too crazy. Like Raiden is like still borderline top 5 or top 10 in my opinion. Monitor is still pretty good. A lot of these characters are still really dominant to this day. So power creep now hasn't even really moved that much forward, and as like I said, there's a lot more content to do. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. You guys coming back? Like I said, this video is for returning players. If you guys are, you know, still playing, you've been playing for forever now, congrats to you, because it's been getting better. But if you are a returning player, I will just flat out and say it, and you want to come back, this is the time to come back. We also just got back these new characters that just dropped. Raiden's back, so if you didn't pull her, you can come pull her again. But yeah. We're definitely back. I'm definitely back and playing this game again for sure. But let me know what you guys think. You guys gonna come back? Are you guys not coming back? Let me know in the comments below. But I truly think that Mihoyo, or whatever you want to call him now, whatever you want to call him, they outdid themselves this time. They actually are doing good things with this game and actually pushing the mark forward. But let me know what you guys think. Besides that, leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And peace out, y'all. Catch you next time.